What's going on, y'all? Hope y'all having a wonderful Saturday. Man, the fifth loss in the last 6 games. A lot to talk about, a lot to dive into, y'all. But, man, I'm not going to lie. This Knicks game was probably the one that I was the most hopeful for. You had an opportunity to play against a guaranteed playoff team, good competition. You showed up for parts of the game, but there's something that seems off. I just tweeted this, but since March 3rd, when the Denver Nuggets took over the number 1 seed and had a 7-game lead, they have been a drastically different team. They have spent now the last 2 weeks with losing 4 straight games, winning 1, and then losing again. They are 5-6 since they played the Memphis Grizzlies. And it's been their worst basketball stretch of the season. Now, I think for me, when you watch today's game, there's 2 things. The rebounding was horrific tonight. I mean, that's the easiest way I can communicate this. The rebounding was horrific, and that starts with Jokic. Jokic had 10 rebounds today, but there were several offensive rebounds that, he could have fought for better. Today, the rebounding disparity, y'all, 43-33, the Knicks to the Nuggets. The Knicks had 15 offensive rebounds. The Nuggets had 6. There's your game. Now, the free throw disparity was 25-28 for the Knicks, 12-15 for the Nuggets. But, you can live with that stuff. I get it. That disparity is crazy. But ultimately, Jokic wasn't aggressive enough. Jokic had today 24 points on 11 of 18 shooting, 1 of 5 from 3, 1 block. He was a +2. But Jokic missed some shots. He missed 2 middies in the fourth quarter, missed a 3-pointer in the fourth quarter. There were several plays that he had that could have really tipped the scale of the game. But he just didn't. He just didn't get it done. It's really just as simple as that. Didn't make enough shots. And it's quite simple, bro. You come up in here, that's easy for me. Just didn't get enough done. That's really what it comes down to, man. I think Jokic, he looks a little labored. Like, he looks like, I don't know. Like I said, it's just a team. I don't really know what's going on. He's had crazy numbers like the last few games, but there's something at the core of the squad that has just been distinctively different. And, Michael Malone has talked about it, that they haven't earned anything yet, that they've been in shield mode, that they've been coasting. And I think that's true. And I think that it's gotten so bad, though, where even fourth quarter execution, again, they have been the best executing team in the fourth quarter in the NBA. Murray didn't look solid to close the game, missed some bunnies. Jokic didn't look solid to miss the game. KCP was 0 of 5 from the 3-point line. 0 of 5 from the 3-point line. So my whole thing is that if you're in a situation where you're having to fight just to play average defense, man, maybe the team just needs, again, let me see. Let me make sure. Let me look at something real quick because I need to know what because they're 1 and 5. I think they were 30-7. 30-7 before that in their last 37 games. So that'll be 43. Let me look at this. See, Denver Nuggets record in the last 43 games. In the last 43 games. Yeah, they're 30-13. Y'all, they're 30-13. That means before this stupid stretch, they were 29-8. They were 29-8 prior to this. They just stumbled like across the board. They stumbled across the board. And the solve, what will be the solve? Because, I told Andy Bailey today, we were on Twitter, and he was saying that this is a good Knicks team, doesn't understand why the Nuggets would be favored. The Knicks got up 13 in the third quarter. They got up 13 in the third quarter, and then just a string of really bad possessions. AG barreled his head down, shot got blocked, offensive rebounds were giving up. Again, some of that's on Jokic, some of that's on AG, some of that's on Jeff, some of that's on Thomas Bryant. Jokic had 2 baskets from Mitchell Robinson that were scored over him on 2 putbacks. Just stuff like that. You don't lose the game at that point in time because then you wouldn't be in a situation where you're trying to get back in and back up. You're down 6 points at the end. Just multiple bad things today. I think from a long-term view, this is the first time I think this season that I have not been able to predict when they're going to be able to turn heel on where they're playing right now. Like in December, I told everybody after those 3 losses, like, you're new, the players are figuring out a new scheme, they're going to commit to it, they'll get it done. Went on a crazy run. But after that Memphis game, man, they just turned into a different team. They have 11 games left in the season now. And the 11 games are going to be pretty solid. I mean, you got the Nets coming up tomorrow. Right after that, you got the Wizards. Then at home, you got the Bucks and 76ers. And then at home, you got the Pelicans. And then you're on the road versus the Suns, home versus the Warriors, road versus Rockets, road versus Suns, road versus Jazz, and at home versus the Kings. So you're going to have a conversation internally about what is it that you're trying to accomplish. Because if the goal is to win a championship, you don't want to keep spiraling like into a losing record going into the playoff after All-Star break. That's just not what you want to do. And so I think the issue is that the Nuggets are 5-6, and they haven't done that. And I don't know how long. Like, I'm even going back to the schedule. They had a stretch where they went 2-3 in January, but this one they sat out multiple players. Jokic missed the Thunder game. Jokic missed that Bucks game, and then took an L in the 76ers game. They had another stretch in the season where they went, 3-3, but they lost 3 straight, and they immediately won 3 right after that. They had another stretch this year in November where they went roughly, they went 2-4 in a 6-game period. They went 2-4 in a 6-game period. So in terms of just like an overall period of basketball, this is their worst stretch of the season. By far. So, and again, all of it starts with Lamar's 3rd game, which is just so crazy to me. And again, that Raptors game, they easily could have lost, and then they'd be sitting at 1-6 and not 1-5. So, yeah, there's just a lot of different stuff that needs to happen, man. Michael Malone, I can't really say he did too many things wrong today because there's nothing he can do about the team securing rebounds and, not fouling. Like, they didn't get a great whistle today, but, you're playing in New York. The Nuggets shot, again, 12 free throws, I believe, today. So you don't want to see that. That's obviously not great. Yeah, they shot 15 free throws. They were 12 of 15 from free throw today as opposed to 25 of 28. So, yeah, man, again, a lot of that goes back to your aggressiveness. If you're not attacking the rim consistently, you're not getting to the basket, you're not contesting rebounds, you're not getting offensive rebounds, you're not going to get free throws. And the Knicks were working harder than you today. And even when you went up 13 points, you kind of cascaded. And Jokic, man, there was a play today. Jokic had 6 turnovers today, by the way. Yeah, he had 6 turnovers today. He was still a +2. He had 6 turnovers in 37 minutes. Jokic today, he just was. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's happened with him in particular. But there's something just wasn't sitting right today like it should have been. Let me see. Jokic in the last 6 games. The numbers look okay. He's averaging 29, 12, and 9 in the last 6 games. And the Nuggets have lost 5 of those games. So 29, 12, and 9, and he's shooting 75% from the free throw line, 38% from 3, 62.5% from the field. So numbers on the top look good, but it's just like the level of impact that you're used to seeing from Jokic has not been there. And I don't know when it's going to come back. I don't know when it's going to pick back up. I'm not exactly sure when the intensity is going to be there collectively. But it just wasn't good enough. Jamal Murray, though, had a good game today. 35 minutes, 25 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists, 9 of 14 from the field, 5 of 7 from 3, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 1 steal. Now, he was a -10, but he was a -10 in large part because of the bench. He has to carry that bench. So he actually had a decent game today. He's been assigned with carrying the bench, and they did well. Bruce Brown also, he had a really good first half and then not a great second half. He had 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists, and 3 of 6 from the field, and 5 of 6 from the free throw line. He was a -5. He was a +5 in the first half when they were up 5. And then he ended up losing his minutes by 10 points in the second. So all that stuff kind of convalesced. Michael Porter Jr. had 11 points and 5 rebounds and 4-10 shooting and 3-7 from 3. And he was a +7 tonight. That was a team high. I thought he actually played good today in spots. Just probably not enough shots for him. Aaron Gordon had 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists, and 6-12 from the field, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. And he was a +2 tonight. So, again, AG had decent spots in this game as well. But for some reason, they're just not getting the job done defensively at all. Like, collectively as a unit, they have just not made the commitment to do the right things on that side of the ball. And like I said today, I don't think there's a logistic way for you to actually blame Michael Malone for what happened. Now, if you want to complain about some of the lineups and maybe making a late sub, but even then, he made several adjustments. Put Jokic in early in the second quarter. It brought in him 7.5 when the game was within 4 points. So, and then Nuggets got up too. Like, they got up, I think, 2 points on a Jamal Murray 3, and then it was just kind of cascaded from there. But right now, the identity of this team is just not. It's just not there. Like, the identity of the team as one that out-clutches you, outworks you, outshoots you, and out-defends you down the stretch just has not been there. And now they're sitting on the season. They're at 47-24, and again, they have a 4-game lead. They got a 4-game lead over the second seed. And again, I truly think in my heart that might have actually hurt them. They were 46-19 after the Memphis game, and they're 47-24 since then. 46-19 to 47-24. It's just one of those things. I just can't really speak to what exactly they thought they could do with just kind of coasting through the rest of the season, it sounds like. Either way, it's just kind of unacceptable. I don't think that losing to the Knicks at home, people are saying it's a good team and they play really well. I get it, but at the end of the day, like, if you're up 13, you're in a position to win. Like, why does that doesn't matter. Like, you have opportunities to execute and to close the game. And, Jokic wasn't good enough today. Murray, again, not good enough down the stretch today. KCP didn't hit any 3-pointers today. So if you're just going to miss wide open shots, so definitely frustrating for sure. Definitely want them to get better quickly and see if they can turn it around. But I just don't know if even tomorrow is going to be the measurement stick for them. It's another East Coast game. They're now 1-2 on their road break so far. So they have another East Coast game versus the Nets tomorrow at 3:30 Eastern. And we'll see. We'll see how they show up. Right now, this is just not a team that is looking to win and dominate the competition. And it's just really that simple, because they're not. They're underperforming expectations. And they are playing lackadaisical. They're playing connected. And, like, even today, Jalen Brunson in the first quarter didn't have a good rest of the game. But in the first quarter, 16 points. And then eventually they turned it on defensively. But again, you get a 13, bro, and you just back 2 weeks ago, or even over that now, if you're up 13, if the Nuggets are up 13 on you, they're going to keep trying to push that pavement. We're going to extend that lead as much as possible, and we're not going to let you catch back up. And if you do, by the time the 5-minute mark comes in the fourth quarter, we're just going to extend the lead, and you're done. You're cooked. So I think today just was not. It was just a bad execution. They've been the number 1 clutch team in the NBA, and the clutch they were just bad today. Multiple missed shots, and among other things, and just sloppy defensive possessions. Even when they missed the last 3-pointer, they were supposed to foul, they didn't foul. But like I said, we're going to find out some more tomorrow, because they got to, they need to get up on their horse, man, because right now they got 24 losses, and they got 11 games left to figure out what needs to happen. So, we're going to see, y'all. But, Swipa gang, definitely keep your head up. Denver Nuggets fans, definitely keep your head up. I think that's just for sure frustrating. But, again, just to show you the craziness of this year, they still have a 4-game lead over first place. So the Nuggets see this, and I know that they see that. And I know that's been affecting how they're playing, because there's no way for them to skate around that. If you beat the Memphis team by double digits like you did, and then for you to show up since then You won that game 113-97 with great offense and elite defense. And then you barely skated by a Raptors game. And then you lost to the Bulls, the Spurs, the Nets, the Raptors. And then you lose to the Knicks. Yeah, dude, that's just unacceptable, man. Like, you just cannot. Because the Nets are going to fight. They're trying to make a playoff spot. The Wizards are trying to make the playoffs. So what are you going to do? Then you got the Bucks and 76ers coming in at home. Now, I think those games are going to be the games because they're going to be at home in elite level competition versus two teams that you need to beat for specific reasons and for just for yourself. So, we'll have to see Swipa game. But y'all, I appreciate y'all. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, share. I know it's not great right now, but I do think they'll pick it up soon, y'all. Swipa game. I will see y'all soon. We out.